Hi everybody, Nick here. So today I want to talk to you about living in Britain and how goddamn expensive it is. So just to give you a little bit of background, my partner and I moved here to England about just over 2 years ago. And we came over with a bit of money. We came over with nothing more than a suitcase each. And ever since I got here, I've fallen in love with the canals. And one of the things I want to do when I'm over here is buy a narrowboat and live on the canals. The problem is, narrowboats are really expensive. And unlike many of you out there, we don't have a house to sell. We don't have an inheritance that we can spend on buying a flashy new narrowboat that costs £80,000 or £100,000 or even £20,000. We don't have that kind of money lying around. Um, the other interesting thing too is my partner's just got himself a job down here somewhere, down near London, just below Milton Keynes somewhere, I think it is. I'm not 100% sure. So I'm in Manchester at the moment, in Stockport. And so essentially we're paying double rent at the moment, which is a burden, to say the least. Um, and So our intentions are to A, move on to the canals as quickly as possible, and B, save some money because currently it's costing us over £2,000 a month. And we desperately wanted to get onto a narrowboat, but narrowboats, the price is prohibitive for entry level boaters, really. Like I said, we don't have a house to sell or an inheritance to spend. So we're kind of, and also, we haven't been here for 3 years yet. So we're ineligible to apply for any kind of a loan because the banks think of us as too much of a risk. And that's fair enough. But, and I suppose even if we do get a loan, it'll be some ridiculous interest rate, like 12% or something. So, there are ways around it. So we've decided to buy a fiberglass boat and save up about £3,000 to £5,000, which is doable for most people. Okay, if you're both working or one of you's got a fairly decent job, and over a few months you can save that up. So that's what we're doing. So we're going to save up. I think the £3,000 mark will be about right. And we're going to get something small, so it'll only be like a 23 foot, maybe if I can squeeze a 25 foot. It can be a DIY job, a project boat as well, because I'll quite happily redecorate it and paint it and all that kind of stuff. That's no issues there. So yeah, it's like a £3,000 entry point as opposed to 20 or 30, or a lot of people spend 50 and above on a narrowboat. We just don't have that kind of money saved up. So what I've done is I've created a website called All I Can Afford. It's on WordPress. So it's allicanAfford.wordpress. I think it's .com or .co.uk. I'm not sure which. And I'm dedicating the site to those of us who, like I said, don't have a house to sell, don't have any kind of inheritance or anything, don't have a lot of money, but desperately want to get onto the canals and desperately want to get onto the property ladder. So the plan is get the boat, okay, save up. It's really easy to save up if you really put your mind to it. Create a budget, work out what your expenses are each month, and start saving. If you cut back on a lot of things, you'll find you will be able to save quite a lot of money and quite quickly. So yeah, after the budget, do the budget, and then get the boat. £3,000, £4,000, £2,000. You can go smaller as well, 21 foot. But I think just giving yourself a little bit of extra leg room, so to speak. Now, with such a small boat, also comes with a lot of compromise too. So it probably won't have a shower. In which case we're both going to utilise the local services where we're going to be having the boat, such as the gym. So we'll use the gym showers, and it'll have a toilet on board. but it'll have a bit of probably cold running water. It probably won't have a gas heater, or it might not even have a wood stove, like a dual burner stove. So that's something I'll need to investigate as well. So I probably have to spend a couple £1,000 on it to bring it up to spec. But you can spend that over time. You don't have to spend that straight away. So that's the plan: is to get in right at the ground level. You can't get kind of much worse, I guess, in boating world as a GRP yogurt top cruiser. But you have to be prepared to make some compromises in your life, but you can do it. Once that boat is paid off, so the other reason we're doing it is to pay off debt. So once the debt's paid off, then we can start saving money. And I've done a budget as well. Given how much it actually costs to actually live on a narrowboat, I've done a little brief budget here. This is based on research I've done on the internet. YouTube, obviously, being the best one. And I'll give this guy a plug because this guy rocks, David. He's one of the first video makers that I saw on what it costs to own and run a narrowboat. So thanks, David. I really appreciate your videos, mate. So back to my budget. So this is what I've sort of calculated, and it's rough. It depends on your usage and where you're moored and how long your boat is, and all that kind of stuff. But I've also made some living ashore comparisons, and it's about half, even with everything added up, all my license fees, insurance, everything. It still works out to be half of what it costs to live in a house in Manchester. So that's part of the reason we're kind of doing it. It's financial, yes. I admit there's going to be a lot of things I'll need to replace or buy for the boat. As the old saying goes, boat stands for a break out another 1,000. And that's so true, but you can start off, you just got to be prepared to compromise. So we think that we can camp basically on a floating, on a boat for 12 months while we get all of our financial affairs in place. After we've paid off the debt, then we'll be in a position to buy a proper narrowboat. By the way, if you're looking for boats and stuff, this is a really good site. Apollo Duck's got everything: narrowboats, motorboats, sailboats, you name it. So if you're looking just around generally on the internet, this is a really, really good site. Also, check out eBay. You often get some really good deals. People just want to get rid of stuff. Dad had it, or, grandfather's old boat or whatever, narrowboats and stuff like that. But just make sure you go and see the boat and have it surveyed before you pass over all your money. So you can see there's a ton of GRPs, just a matter of going through it. So that's about it for me. So that's my plan. Save up a little bit of money now, buy a GRP, move on to that, get ourselves down to London, save money, pay off debt, and then, once we've saved up a little bit more, then we can use that plus the collateral in the boat to then buy maybe a narrowboat, maybe a £10,000 narrowboat. And then, once we're on the narrowboat, then we can start saving again. And then we can use a collateral on the narrowboat to buy a better narrowboat. So, from what I've seen on all the forums and stuff, it doesn't matter what kind of boat you start with. You just have to have the inclination and the perseverance, really, to want to do it. And I just want to be on the canals. So this is the cheapest, best way for me to do that. And I'm prepared to give up a lot for that, such as a few home luxuries like, running water, like a shower and stuff like that. So, but that's it for me today. No doubt you'll hear more from me. Check out my website though. I'll have loads of stuff on there, allaicanafford.wordpress.com, and I'll speak to you very soon. See you later.